What's up, gaming friends? Anger Ranger here. We are jumping back into Persona 4 Golden on Steam through the PC. We're currently diving deep into the dungeon, third dungeon in the game, which is Risette Kujikawa's Maricue Strip Club, Strip Tease, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going through. So we're probably, I want to say we're probably about halfway through this dungeon. Last time we really started climbing through it, we haven't gotten really far. And as I was saying previously, this dungeon is one of those dungeons where the amount of floors doesn't really make as much sense. And it's probably like 10 or 11 floors, and that's the same amount of floors as our previous dungeon was, which was the bathhouse. But this one, the floors feel much larger. For some reason, there's more rooms, more pathways, more hallways, and it's not like that's how it randomly is generated this time. That's just intentionally how it's supposed to be. All the floors and dungeons in this game are generally randomized to an extent. We do have several floors in the dungeon itself that are going to be more set in stone, so to speak, if you're following what I'm saying. And we've seen some of them, and you'll know when you see it, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. So we wipe out some of these guys real quick with that Nigodolin, that sweet Nigodolin. We'll take the hit on money and pretty much wipe out all our cards here and get the sweet bonus. Always worth it. With how we're playing, with how much money we have, since this is New Game Plus, we can actually afford to lose money when it comes time for the shuffle time. We can always afford to do that, and of course we obviously are nowhere near getting to the next floor here. Take out this guy here, and you see that's a golden chest there. We do have probably an okay amount of keys. But as I previously said, it doesn't really matter at this point if we open or not, because of the fact that we really need to kind of focus on, what's the word I want to say, saving up our keys for later in the game, because we want to make sure we have the right amount of, well, not the right amount, but we want to make sure we have enough keys to get through the last few dungeons where the best items are going to be hidden in the thing. So we're just going to kind of ignore it right now. I know it's not really going to be anything we can really use, and a lot of stuff that we can really use right now are better weapons and armor, but we could also use accessories. That's something I never actually really use in the game, is the accessories. Maybe I'm playing this wrong, or maybe I'm not playing it right. Maybe I'm playing it right. I don't really use accessories as much unless they're stat boosting or they help, say, Chie being weak to the fire attacks. So we're going to do this. We're going to quick switch everything out, and once again, we continued our sweet bonus, and then we'll continue into our next fight. As always, if you're playing this for the first time, you want to try to maximize your sweet bonuses so you can keep, not sweet bonuses, but we want to be able to try to be able to constantly get that shuffle time, because shuffle time is going to help us with a lot of things. Shuffle time will help you unlock a lot of personas. It's also going to help you level up faster and get a whole bunch of other stuff throughout the game. So we definitely want to make sure we try to keep that streak of having shuffle time going for a little bit. As you can tell, we're still kind of going through the same floor here, and the layout of this floor is so huge. It just feels like we're never going to reach the steps, and let alone the steps for this floor, but the steps for the entire place. This is probably where the steps are too, as I'm complaining about the size of the map. I think we're actually about that part in the dungeon. Yep. This is where we're going to get to the, I guess it's the mini-boss aspect of this dungeon here. Every dungeon kind of has this, like, mini-boss. It's usually around the halfway point that we have to go in there and we have to face. And with how over-leveled we are, they're going to be fairly easy for us to take out. We're a high enough level. We're going the wrong way. This is why I hate this floor. I hate this floor right now so much because she turned off the lights, we can't see where we're going, and we're kind of, it's going to be easy for us as a player to get lost in them, in the dungeon itself, and we're going to have a hard time finding our way around. Obviously, it doesn't stay like this, in case you're wondering. We just have to find the ball. So we get more shuffle time here. This is going to be easy here. Let's take that. We should probably take the chest key and then do that. Give us a whole new cards, and there we go. We got shuffle time again next time. The key to getting shuffle time consistently is making sacrifices every once in a while with the cards. If there's a card you want, grab it, and you lose shuffle time. Or keep going and sacrificing the cards once so you can keep getting shuffle time and you keep getting better cards as you progress through. Alright, so we found the door. We're not able to go in there yet. Obviously, Shadow Risette is preventing us from going in there, so there's somewhere else we need to go. And unlike a lot of other games, the Persona series as a whole, very... what's the word I'm thinking of? It's very... I don't want to say narrative-driven. I want to say it's more along the lines of linear. That's the word I'm thinking of. It's very linear in the fact that we can only go in one way, and a lot of people complain about Final Fantasy 13 being the hallway simulator. I don't really hear anyone complaining about that with this game, and it really feels like it is at times a hallway simulator with battles. But I think all the other aspects kind of drown that out. I hate bringing up Final Fantasy 13 here. So here you see we have 3 cards. We're obviously going to get shuffle time again because we actually played it smart. And we're going to get it again next time. So that's a pretty good thing for us to have, is we're able to have shuffle time again. And as I said, you can pretty much continue shuffle time to a certain point in the game. I don't know how long you can get shuffle time going, because I usually get about 10 and then the game kind of catches on to me. And they purposely try to stop me from getting shuffle time by giving me like really hard cards to choose from when they give me really crappy cards. And as you guys can tell, it's really hard to see where you're going in this floor right now. So I'm just going to kind of get a feel for here. We got a golden hand right here, and we got him down to the end of the hall. So we have to go in that door, and as I said, higher we go up in the dungeon, more likely we're to see stronger, not stronger, but when we encounter the golden hands, getting at least more than one. We got 3 of them there. That's actually a big coup there. So you see here, we have 3 tries, and you gotta be careful here. We're not gonna get what we want. We're not gonna be able to. Oh, we're gonna be able to continue shuffle time. Oh, you never know what's gonna happen. You kind of get a little anxious there. I was getting anxious there. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh shit, we're not gonna get shuffle time again, and we got it. And those golden hands, by the way, gave us a lot of experience points. At 22,000 experience points, that is more than enough for a full level. Probably about a level and a half at this point. We get about 15,000 experience points needed for a level. So yeah, 22, that puts us about halfway. At the same point in time, I will say you can tweak the experience meter. If you want to get more experience points, you can do that. You can increase that. You can also increase the amount of money the game yields to you. The difficulty is really up to you to make it.
There are 2 enemies.
But it's not like it's like going to be. You still gotta have to play the game. You still have to be kind of smart about it. Even if you have all the settings tweaked all the way up and make it easy, it looks like actually we're going to be able to do the same thing here. Boom, boom, boom. Still with 2 left. So yeah, shuffle time game kind of, it's very hit or miss with it. So we're going to get the increased experience points, but we're going to take a hit on the money. I'm fine with that. I think we're pretty much maxed out with money. I think. We only have 9,999,999 yen. I don't know why it stops there. I don't know if that's a PlayStation 2 issue or if that's an actual, like, just a programming thing. But that's the maximum amount of money you have. And it's easy to go through a lot of that money pretty quickly if you're doing the Margaret Social Link, which you've already done. And it looks like we're going to get the mini boss here. So let's see how we got. What we got. Risette with her not so subtle sexual innuendo. Well, Shadow Risette. I actually am quite amused by Shadow Risette's character design to an extent. Not really. It's not really a character design as much as it is like the eye, the facial expression that they make. They're having her make. It's, to me, it's slightly comical. It's not really comical, I guess. Let's see. This is, like I said, when you're a high enough level, you can wipe out these mini bosses and these main bosses pretty quickly. There you go. Because of that, we got a level. We got an increased level. We didn't get shuffle time because it's boss. Bosses don't yield shuffle time. Just saying. And now that we complete the boss, the lights come back on and the lights stay on. And this is one of those floors where it's going to stay the same every single time. Because we have the mini boss on this floor, and that's not going to change. So now we got to kind of go all the way back to the beginning to get to those stairs. Because if you guys remember, there was that one room where we tried getting into, and Risette just wouldn't let us in because that's how she wants to roll. But I can tell we're actually getting close there. We're actually getting pretty close. And now you see, we're going to be able to get shovel time again. So this is actually looking pretty good for us so far. And the fun thing about these games is you can go through the entire game, you can learn all the enemies' weaknesses, and then when you get to New Game Plus, none of that information is saved. You don't know all the enemies' weaknesses. You either have to have it written down or you have to look it up online. Or you can go through and you can kind of just spam the best moves in the game on enemies in New Game Plus and not have to worry about anything. As you can see, we're kind of walking into dead ends right now. Turn around here. We're going to go down this hallway. This hallway should yield us more fruitful results because we already went down here. And as I said, I should have expected us to have to go all the way back to that like first door we tried getting into, but we didn't really miss much. We pretty much covered this entire floor, and as you can see, every time I pull up this map here, it is a massive floor, and there shouldn't be any more shadows generating or respawning here. Generally, shadows don't really respawn as often on a floor after you're in it. And then we're just like kind of running around, and I can't hit the square button, hit next floor either because we haven't gotten there yet. So now we have more of the dungeon to explore here. We actually didn't get to go this way before, so shadows will appear here.
I smell 4 enemies. Show them
Now
your
I know for a
stuff.
fact those shadows are definitely immune to physical attacks. So we're not going to actually do anything with them. We're just going to use Pink and Dolan and move on. And see, we have 3 cards. Boom, we get sweep bonus. We're going to go with the shuffle time next time we go in. The experience points boost is going to help us. And that skill card boost, not boost, but that skill card is definitely going to help us because we're going to use that skill card. And that's going to actually work towards your trophy for registering 100 skill cards. Which is very useful, by the way, in case you're wondering if you need to register skill cards or not. So we got a chest there, so we're definitely kind of getting in that right area. It's going to be funny that we're only going to get, maybe we'll only get through 1 floor in this entire video. That would be something special, wouldn't it? Now you hear that sound, that's actually the sound of the Reaper there in the background. We may get the Reaper, we did not get the Reaper. We have like a slim chance of getting the Reaper in that box, and I don't know what the percentage is for that, but there's always a percentage to get him after 21 chests are open within a dungeon. If I went to the next floor and actually didn't open a chest when I went to the next floor, I'm pretty sure we would have lost it, so we wouldn't have had that. And there we go, we finally got the stairs here. We're off to floor 8. I told you we'd get there eventually. I wasn't really worried about that. I love how into it Teddy's getting in the conversation and dialogue. Teddy is really getting behind the whole reschedule family Teddy. Don't feel like you're a Skype.
I smell 4 enemies. Show them your
We're gonna
stuff.
move all of these guys into oblivion and just move it along. Pretty simple and straightforward stuff right here. We're just gonna boom, use that move over and over again, and definitely just kind of work our way up to, I guess, Shadow Risette. And as you guys can see, Yosuke level 56, we're actually getting closer where we want to be in terms of level-wise. I really like being around level 60 after the 3rd dungeon, so we can hit level 80 by the 3rd dungeon, but this is New Game Plus, so I kind of want to be higher. Because there is a special persona I want to try to get earlier in the game.
Enemies, but we get to
And the sooner I get that persona, the more likely I'll be able to use it more often than not. I want to be able to use it for at least 40% of the game. So you see we have 3. Change that one to a... We're still getting sweet bonuses. I actually don't want to jinx it, but we've gotten one every single fight, it feels like, in this video, and I'm okay with it. I'm loving it. But, like, at some point they're going to start giving you not-so-good cards, they're going to start giving you better cards. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to roll this. So we're going to check every single possible avenue here in this dungeon, make sure we can find a golden hand or anything like that to kind of satiate our needs here. So I don't want to go up the stairs quite yet. But like I said, if you see a golden hand that runs away, go to the next floor and come back. It should respawn.
There's 3 enemies.
Somewhere on that floor. We just keep wiping out our enemies, and it may not seem fair if you're watching this thinking, man, you really gotta stop just killing all these things. Oh, we didn't get it. There we go. Shuffle time broken. I was like, oh, we're so close. So yeah, there you see they kind of make it so that you can get it for a while, and then you kind of make a mistake and you slip up, and there goes shuffle time. And this is a locked chest here, so we're gonna just take out the shadow and leave the room most likely.
It's our turn first. There's 3 enemies.
Make it doling the shit out of these guys. Alright, so it looks like we might be able to... No, we're not. I was like, maybe we'll get shuffle time again. We did not, but we got the experience points boost. That's all that matters. And usually my my best course of action is to go for that experience points boost. One, if you see it and you need it, and you know if you're not low on money, if you don't need personas, if you don't need skill cards, really go for that experience points boost, because that's going to be major. And look at that, we got him. There we go, boom, hand, got him. And this time there's only 3. And I think there's actually different hands for each dungeon. They each have a different name. The experience points boosts are going to be different every single time. So you see me get... This is going to be tough because we're going to take this, and that didn't work. I took the one to level up one of my skills, but I guess all my skills are at max level. When it says level up your skill, what it means is it's going to level up your skill from, say, Agi, which is the basic fire spell, to Aguila. That's all it means. It doesn't mean like your skills are getting stronger. It's all. It's just it changes it evolves your skill. So I think we're pretty close to the actual final floor. Oh, look at this. We're gonna wait here and camp for this guy. Boom! Sniper, no sniping. Gotcha! And then, there were no more monsters left. Oh, how?
Amazing!
Alright, we gotta be careful because that guy uses an ability that, increases their evasion.
Fight!
And it's probably gonna blow up in my face. Nope, Yosuke got him. You just kind of use this in this fight. So let's use Primal Force for our main character, our protagonist, and that pisses me off and it runs away. So we're only getting experience points for 2 of them, which is still great. 15,000 experience points and 75,000 again. That's nothing to laugh at, it's nothing to scoff at, but it's just kind of frustrating when you're sitting there, you're like, oh my god! 3 of them! I had 3 of them! And it's down to 2. So we got the only hand of this floor, and it's so close to the beginning of the floor. So if we're gonna find another one, and I just messed that one up, if we find any more, it's gonna be on the next floor. And like I said, if you want to grind out some levels, and you need to, always like I said, always go to the floor beneath where the boss is. You'll get the strongest enemies in the dungeon, and you can just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. No problems, no issues. So we're going to try to sneak by some shadows and try to get to the top of this floor. That's our big goal right now, is to get all the way to the dungeon's floor. I think this is actually a 9-floor dungeon. Pretty sure it's only 9 floors. We're going to find out in a few seconds here. Nope, it's at least 11. Minimum.
Sorry, could you make the music louder?
Poor Teddy, he doesn't understand things. I mean, you see, I love how Teddy reacts to these comments throughout this dungeon where he doesn't know. I don't want to say he doesn't know any better, but he just doesn't know anything that Risette's saying. She's dropping all these innuendos and subtle comments, and like Teddy's just not picking up on it the way that everyone else would be, and it is quite comical, really. And we need to be getting near the end of this floor. This floor shouldn't be too big, seeing as it's probably the last one before we reach the floor with the boss. So it's either going to be here. Nope. More room. Jesus. I don't think it's going to be this way. I don't know why I'm running this way. Yeah, no, that's just a chest here. Let's try to run out of this room as quickly as possible here. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. I can feel it. Just gotta go through here. There we go. Guys, thank you guys for tuning in. My name has been Anger Banjo. This has been Persona 4 Golden. Next time, we're gonna save Risette Kuchikawa. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Risette's life could depend on it.